Hello there folks, SeKo Starcraft here, bringing you a pro replay. We've got Liquid Mana up against Liquid Snute, team kill. I believe this was go for SC2. Good luck and have some fun. I am getting loaded on caffeine right now because I went to work and forgot my coffee at home. Picked up an energy drink, so now I got half an energy drink and a full coffee to keep me company. So let's get at it here. It's been a little bit of time since I put up some replays, unfortunately. I apologize to the people out there who do enjoy my content regularly. It's been pretty stressfully busy over the last little bit. Work and other things related to work and work. But people are telling me that now's a good time to get some content up because there's a lot of casters that have been kind of falling behind on the content there. And it's been a bit difficult for us, not just busy schedules, but pro replays wise, a lot of channels, because there's just a handful of channels that are getting really big and the live broadcasts are very important. They don't really put out as many of the replays for us amateur casters to go through there and have a blast with. But anyways, back to the game. Well, actually, there's not a ton to talk about at this point. Looks like a pretty straightforward opening from both of these players. What I know from Snute, loves his economy, loves to just, build up that huge economy and then just defend, turn the game around, and then go back after it. It's like a Terran mech player. Get out a huge economy, defend, and then push with huge piles. Actually, it is going to be a pool first. Likely because it's Protoss, and maybe as teammates they understand each other pretty good. Mana, maybe a good cannon rusher, so therefore you want to be aware of such things. Looks like somebody got chucked. That's how it goes. So we should be seeing the drone come down here pretty quick. A gateway is starting on the other side. There is no forge. Great timing from this probe. See how well Mana can defend this spot. The tireless battle. Pretty good micro there out of Snute. It's got quite a bit of damage in already. Ooh, sneaky denial. Just keeping it inside of that circle there. Gotta keep poking. And sneaks it down. Right on. He didn't lose much time on that anyways. He started his queen and his zerglings there, so didn't end up banking any money. Back on this side, it was just a gateway expand. Gas has just started now. So it's going to be a while before you see mana with any units on the map. This is kind of interesting, because I always wonder about if you open that pool first, get out those sixlings, go across the map and make it difficult. As an amateur player, I love doing that. I love going for the early aggression. Even if they defend it, if you can, frazzle them a bit, if you can cause them to lose a bit of mining, pick off a couple of probes, deny some tech, it's all worth it in my mind. And you can usually keep those units alive to be able to help defend against anything stupid that comes your way. But pro players generally don't do that unless they're intending some sort of all-in. Whereas us amateur players, if it doesn't work out, we'll just play to the bitter end anyways. A couple of links are out on the map here. They're not really going to get much damage done. But as the cybernetics core is finishing up soon, sure, Snute just wants to be able to see what the tech is. Mana wants to be able to deny said tech. Lings will sneak by. Probe's going to try for the block. Gets one little zap off, but doesn't really do much else. Mothership core is getting boosted out. That'll be out here pretty quick. Same with that stalker. So all the scouting will be denied. It'll actually have a good chunk of units out. So you see that Snute's actually moved his overlord away from the high ground. This high ground doesn't serve as much purpose anymore against Protoss. That mothership core generally comes out with that one stalker and they can snipe it, and then you're unhappy about things. Third base on the way. These links give him great vision as to what's going on the map. Robo goes down. Oh, you see the mothership core was checking for that overlord. The Robo is going down. We'll see if Snute's going to be able to detect that. This overlord's going in for the back of the base, going to make a run at it. So it's nice sometimes to put a pylon down here as a Protoss player, just so you can see when those run into the map. But that's essentially all the vision that Snute has right now. Zerglings not going to be able to get through in time. This overlord is going to get sniped down here in just a second. Snute already has more overlords on the way, so it'll be fine. His gases are just finishing up. His first gases. Well, you see Immortals out pretty quick. This is essentially one gateway Immortal rush. And it is scouted. He sees the Chrono Boost on the Robo. and the gateway there. So he's got to know the attack is coming. Roach Warren started. Still going to drone up a little bit, get out a couple more queens. Queens so important for that defense. And now we're seeing the gateway flowers going down for mana. So this is going to be a big 2-base all-in. But the problem with these immortal all-ins is a lot of the time you want to do it on more gases, delay it a bit more, so you have more sentries out. So you can really zone out the Roach Ling play. Let their Lings get all trapped in and killed. Just push the Roaches away. And then once you get through that first bit of army, come back in and slaughter it. So doing it in this way and rushing to immortals without that 3rd and 4th gas is quite interesting. We see that the probe count has stopped at 40. 7 gateways in production, 2 already finished. So it's going up to a 9 gate, 2 immortal play. But as I had mentioned, Snute knows this is coming. He's going to start spreading his creep, getting more queens, roaches, lings, and speed on the way. So we'll see if he can defend this. I think he should have a good shot. Gets to the watchtower, will get himself a zealot down here. Trying to do some good micro on those lings. Sees the double immortal in the mothership core, and mothership core has enough energy for a recall or a time warp. Pretty important, I think, for him to keep that recall at this stage. This is a great time to hit this army if you know where it is, just because there's no reinforcements for it right now. It's just the 4 units, and these are very important ones. Warp Prism is in the rear. Now we see more sentries coming down, so it's going up to 5, but these haven't built up much energy yet. We've got just enough of force field. So I think he's got 5, maybe 6 force fields available to use right now. Pretty tight little position down here. He's trying to poke. Wraparound is in place. Lings get right on top of the units. And this is probably alright with mana, because the Lings are going to get pretty beat up without the Roaches being able to really help. Yeah, he cuts through those Lings pretty good. A lot of Zealots in here. Once again, is a very mineral-focused start. Lost a lot of his force field energy. He's down to 4 sentries and 2 force fields to defend this. Creep is going to allow Snute to really get good position on this army here. Zerglings go for the surround first. Lots of queens coming in. He wants to try and target down this warp prism. You see the queens getting into position now. And he might want to recall out of here. This is a pretty dicey little spot. Roaches clean up everything else. I think he gets out with the 2 immortals and the mothership core. I mean, those are the expensive units here. Almost lost that warp prism. But Snute held that really well. It's up by over 50 supply, more immortals. Throwing down the infestation pit, more gases, big pile of drones, and roach speed. Difficult play to make to come across the map right now for Snute. He doesn't have the roach speed, doesn't have the upgrades, and he has nothing to really deflect this warp prism. Immortals shoot instantly, right? Whereas the roaches have that delayed missile attack. So it's very hard to take out these immortals when you've got some good micro behind it. Turns around to get that 1 pylon at the cost of 2 or 3 roaches. Not quite worth it. Behind this, I think Snute's doing a good job. Hydralistan, gold base, more creep. He's just going to prepare himself, and he already knows he's got somebody over here spewing creep. So this is essentially a 2-base all-in. All he's got to do is hold off the next push, and he should be alright. Lots more Zealots in play. If there were +1 Zealots, this would probably be much more effective. Obviously, 2-shotting Lings is a much bigger deal than just being able to do the 1-shotting. I'm sure Snute wouldn't mind losing this base. He's going to throw down a bunch of spines, and these are actually a bit late. A lot more Lings on the way. We can see if Mana's going to get to these spine crawls before they finish. Cancels that base, and actually distracts a lot of units, buying himself time for these spines to get up. He wants to fight on top of these spines if he can, Snute does, so they finish and give him that extra range. More sentries in here, dish out a few force fields, mothership core gets sniped, and I believe the warp prism got sniped as well. There are 3 immortals in the back, but that's the only thing dealing damage. Lots of transfusions on these spines, and they're just going to mow through all of these sentries. And there's the GG. 4 immortals did the best they could. 27 kills, 5 kills, 11 kills, and 17 kills. Snute just macroed through that really well. Great play by him. There is a second game, though, between these 2 Team Liquid pros. We'll have that for you guys in just a second.